let's start with the numbers. They look good, and especially the forecast, which means the outlook for the iPhone 10 as of now is strong.
Yeah, no, I think so. Everything looks to be that way. I mean, I think it's certainly a bold move to sell a device for $1,000, but it proves that demand for their devices, remains strong.
Now, we've been looking at wait times of 5 to 6 weeks, which is longer than any phone previously, and suggests some supply issues. But I did ask Tim Cook about this when I spoke to him on the phone just moments ago, and he didn't seem too worried about it. He said, this is simply the most advanced iPhone ever. We're just getting started, but I'm really happy with how the ramp is going. I think we will make some reductions in wait times, he says, today or tomorrow, so we can expect to see that wait time go down.
Yeah, so I think, that's definitely the case. I think, whenever, no organization builds capacity to hit peak demand. So, certainly they've been producing these devices for a while. And I think the other thing that Apple does well is they always meet or beat expectations. So while they may be setting expectations of 4 to 6 weeks, I wouldn't be surprised if consumers don't start getting them in the mail sooner than that.
What's your big takeaway when you look at the numbers, knowing that this is the quarter coming up? We're looking at people in line for their phone in Sydney.
Well, I think it's I think it's exciting for Apple. I think when you look at the iPhone X, that represents almost 70% of their revenue. I think it's going to be interesting to see the details of the earnings release, though, just in terms of what's the other category doing. That the #1 watchmaker in the world, are they going to? At what point are they going to break out devices like that? And certainly, I think there's also just a keen eye on their services business to see to what extent that's growing.
Which, by the way, it grew 34% year over year, the fastest it's ever grown. My question is, how long can they keep up that kind of growth?
Well, certainly it's always hard to get a big growth number, the bigger base there is, but there's only going to be more momentum in this market because the more devices I own, if I own a watch and a smartphone and a tablet and a computer and then the HomePod when it launches in December, there's only more incentive for me to sign up for services like Apple Music and other services that can work across all of these devices. So this ecosystem of devices begins to play in their favor.